Hey everybody, it's Ray the Video Guy, and welcome to another episode of Video Marketing Madness, the show that helps you to do more with video. And on today's show, we're going to talk about how you can use websites for your videos and how to do it easily. And today's episode is made possible by freevideoeditor.co. Looking to edit your videos, don't want to spend a fortune on high-priced products? Well, then head on over to freevideoeditor.co and you'll be able to pick up our free video editing software and do all sorts of great editing stuff.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
Hey, it's the radio show about Video Marketing Madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper on the Show podcast network. You can find us. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Lots of great info. You know, the other thing is we got a YouTube channel, and I put all the episodes up there too, and we get views. Yeah, it's got. You imagine having a YouTube.
We have a YouTube channel for a while, and we didn't get shut down apparently the other day, so that's good.
Yeah, that's real good. And of course, you know, we always do this as a Facebook Live, which is really cool how Ray does that. And then we upload it to our podcast network, which is Show, and put it on YouTube and yes, Blog Talk Radio. Yeah, Blog Talk Radio as well. We get a lot of listens over there. I'm amazed.
And I see we've got a lot of live folks on here right now. So of course, please feel free to comment in as we're going along. We'll pay attention to what you have to say. If it's of relevance, we may even mention it on the show. So
there you
have
go.
a little fun with that. So
how many people you got right now? Thousands?
Oh yes, thousands.
Good.
Tens of thousands.
Or
five. I'm not sure which.
That's one of the two.
We'll figure it out later. So, all right. So with that, we've got a little bit of some news to hit here. Apparently, and I say apparently because I have not been struck with this affliction. But apparently, YouTube has laid the hammer down on a lot of video marketers and just shut down channels, shut down videos, de-indexed videos, done all sorts of havoc to a lot of people over the last couple of days. Again, I've checked most of mine. My stuff seems to be okay. I don't seem to have been hit with anything, but a lot of people have. And, you know, if you're one of those, I'd love to see you comment below about how you're feeling right about now, because it's not a pretty sight. You talk about mobile-geddon, well, this is video-geddon, and they're really hammering down on people. And I think a lot of it has to do with people that are doing mass numbers of videos, much more so than strategic numbers of videos. So I think if you're doing things where you're taking one video and, you know, duplicating it 10,000 times, you know, and blasting it out there all over the place, I think that's what's getting hammered right now. But it seems like, you know, just doing normal type of stuff, and it doesn't seem to be affecting that yet. But we will soon see how that goes over the next few days. So, but if you've had a problem with that, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions of YouTube right now and how you're feeling about that. And I can see Omar's on here. Welcome, Omar. Glad to have you on. And I can see other people are popping in here too. So welcome to the live version on Facebook Live. We appreciate you kicking in here and checking what we have to offer. So, but again, if you're having trouble with that YouTube stuff, I'd love to hear from you, because I know people are not happy these days. So
I don't blame them.
Interesting to see what happens over the next couple of days and weeks to come. But with that, we're here to talk about something a little more fun, and we're here to talk about websites for your videos. Obviously, as video marketers, we focus a lot on video, but of course, we can't stick completely to video. We have to have other things. We have to have products to sell. We have to have websites to sell them on. And so I wanted to do a quick little update. We've done this kind of thing before, and I wanted to update this now because a lot of changes have happened lately in the world of page creation and website design. And so I wanted to talk about a few of those things because It can be difficult, but it can also be easy. Depends on where you're starting from and what kind of tools you have. And so I wanted to clear up a lot of that. And as we do so, if you're live on the call, of course, please feel free to put your opinions. My opinions are literally just that, and I don't know everything out there. I can only tell you what I use, what I like, and maybe even what I don't like. And we'll go from there. So if you got any opinions on that, smarter people than me, please post. We'll be glad to include your opinions into the show and see where we can get with that. So with that, one of the things that I want to talk about is page creation. So not necessarily website design. You know, a lot of us build websites. A lot of us use WordPress, which is a really good tool for building websites, building blogs, and in some cases even building just single pages. Now, most of my work tends to be single pages, and so I want to start off focusing a little bit on that. And one of the tools that I want to talk about is one that Steve and I have been using for many years. And Steve, which one is that I'm going to talk about?
Oh, yes, InstaBuilder, my favorite.
That would be InstaBuilder. You're correct. Now, well, and let me change that. You're half correct. You see, InstaBuilder is, technically speaking, no more.
2.0.
Yeah, well, 2.0 is no more.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say no more. It still exists. You can still use it. But there's been a big change in there. They've actually upgraded to a brand new software called InstaSuite. Ooh. And the reason that I really like this is, one, it has everything that InstaBuilder 2 had, but much more refined, new updates, new tools, lots of extra built-in things that you can just grab, drag in, and start using. So it's a very slick new software, but it allows you to very quickly create a sales page, a sales funnel, an opt-in page, things like that. You know, great for instance, if we're doing a show like this. If we wanted to make a page just showing off this particular episode, we can very easily create a little squeeze page, put our video on there, maybe have something, you know, free download, click a button, and we can build that inside of InstaSuite, which is the update to InstaBuilder. Now, the reason I mentioned this major update, aside from some of the new tools, they've actually moved in a completely new direction with this particular tool. Rather than being a WordPress plugin, you actually log into a website and you build your page there.
Nice.
Now, excuse me, I apologize, guys. I've got a bit of a cold, so if I clear my throat, I apologize. What they do now is you log into a website, and from inside there, you access the tool and you do all of your building. Now, why is this better, or why is this an advantage? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, when you're using a WordPress plugin, especially for something really complex like a page builder, such as InstaBuilder or Profit Builder, you are probably going to run into incompatibilities with other plugins that you've got on your site. By doing this as a SaaS software where you log into their servers, you remove all those problems. Those problems are just instantly gone. You don't have to worry about compatibility with this, compatibility with that. You build your page there and it's ready to go. The other great thing about this is that they actually serve the pages. So for instance, let's say that you're starting out and you've got your website hosted on Bluehost or HostGator or or GoDaddy, and it's a shared server. It's not a very fast server. You build your pages there, you build your site there. When you set that out to the world, guess what? They're going to know that you're on a shared server pretty quickly because your site is not going to be very fast. Well, when you use one of these types of tools, such as the new InstaSuite, you can actually build your pages there. They host the individual pages, and you can either share your InstaSuite link, or you can integrate your link into your WordPress site, and when people open that page, they're actually opening the page on their servers, which are far quicker than most of the servers that we're going to get. So you've got a big, big advantage by doing that. And like I said, it's got a lot of great tools. For instance, if you're building a sales page, it's got buttons built into it. It's got graphics built into it. It's got different layout sets built into it. It's got a ton of templates built into it, countdown timers, Facebook commenting sections. I mean, you name it, Discuss commenting system is in there as well. Just a lot of great tools, a lot of video tools, so you can very easily build your page, integrate video, and get something going very, very quickly. So it's a very fun tool. If you want to check that out, we will put a link to that in the show notes so you can check it out. But it's InstaSuite. Look it up. It's very fun little tool. And just to kind of throw something out there, aside from page building, they also have some other tools in there. You can actually build an entire membership site. They used to have a product called InstaMember. Well, that's now included in InstaSuite. So not only can you build your sales pages and your funnels, but you can actually build your membership sites as well. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted. Michael just said that InstaSuite is actually closed at the moment, and that may be the case. And I know they did a launch a couple weeks ago, but if it is closed now, it will be opened back up, I'm sure. They would like to sell that probably at a slightly higher price, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll reopen that very soon. And also inside of that, they actually have the ability to build a help desk. So if you need to have a help desk for your business, you can actually build an entire help desk in there, and it's very slick, works very well, and the fact that it's included, way cheaper than paying one of the other help desk services. So even if all you need is a help desk, it's actually worth the price just for that alone. But with all those other things in there, you can do a lot of cool stuff.
That is cool.
Yes, very, very cool stuff. And if you're used to InstaBuilder 2, you'll pick it up very easily. The tools work, basically exactly the same. They look a little more modern, a little nicer layout, just because you're not dealing with WordPress, I guess. Makes it easier to kind of pretty it up a little bit. But the templates are great. They've got a lot of new templates and a lot of good new mini templates. So for instance, you're building your page and you know that you need to have a section in there where you're showing a product. Well, you can just drag in an entire section, boom, drop it in, and then just change the picture to your product, change the text, and you're done. So it's very
intuitive. Yeah, I mean, I worked in 2.0, but it's very intuitive.
Yeah, well, the new one even better. If you like 2.0, you'll love this even better. So
very cool.
All right, with that, another tool that I want to mention is kind of falling into the same vein, and that tool is called Igloo. Now, I mentioned this one especially today because they're about to do another big update to Igloo where they're going to be adding a whole bunch of new features. And I honestly don't know what all those new features are, but we're going to find out very soon. But even if you don't have these new features, it is a very cool program. And the one word that I would use to describe this particular tool is fun. It's actually fun to use, and it actually has a lot of fun bells and whistles, a lot of animation, a lot of different things like that. So if you want to do cool things, it's just a very neat little software. Is it quite, in its current version, is it quite as powerful as, let's say, InstaSuite? I don't think it quite is. I don't think it quite has all of the power tools in there, but it's got a lot of really good tools. It's nice. It's easy to use. And like I said, it's actually fun to kind of create with it. And they got a lot of nice templates in there. So it's a very good little tool to use. And I believe the update, and I could be wrong here, but we're going to throw this out there just because, why not? I do believe that in their new version, you'll be able to build funnels in there in addition to just building individual pages. So it will supposedly have that functionality. That's the rumor anyway, and we will see if that's the case coming very soon. But a very good little program. Again, you build it on the Igloo site, and then you integrate it into your WordPress site. So all the pages are served through their servers. Now, I've done some testing, and the InstaSuite servers seem to be much faster than the servers that Igloo uses. We do Google speed testing, and we've seen that the InstaSuite ones tend to be faster than the Igloo ones. And that is a factor for ranking and a factor for keeping people on your site. If your site takes a long time to load, it can be a little tougher to keep them on there. But that's just one thing to mention, just so you know. And before we move on, Michael asks, how is the InstaSuite better than OptimizePress to build sales pages? This is where opinion comes in. And my opinion of OptimizePress is not very high. I have a lot of problems with OptimizePress. And the biggest of which, of course, being that you're building on WordPress, which again, you bring in some of the incompatibility issues again. If you've got your own WordPress site, it's probably going to get hacked at some point. So that's kind of the downsides of OptimizePress. Now, I will say on the upsides of OptimizePress, very, very nice designs and lots of them. So there is a bunch of templates in there. They're very nice. You can build a lot of cool things in there. So, I'm not trying to put down Optimize Press completely. I've just had a lot of issues with it, trying to use it on my sites with incompatibilities, things not working. Again, on a fresh site, maybe it's perfectly fine, but I just ran into a lot of issues, and that's why I don't currently use that. But in all fairness, with InstaBuilder 2, I ran into a lot of different issues dealing with incompatibilities as well. So it's not unique to Optimize Press, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Another one that I should mention, and this is one that we talked about in the past, and that one is LeadPages. Now, if you don't know LeadPages used to be kind of the standard bearer for this kind of page creation suite. You would go in, you'd make a page, you'd be able to put it on your WordPress site. Again, they host the pages. Now, here's the problem with LeadPages. Back a few years ago, they were way ahead of the game with tools. They were way ahead of the game with being able to build something very quickly, hosting it for you. The problem is nowadays, they look to be extremely expensive in comparison to the competition. Whereas before it was like, ooh, that's kind of expensive, but it's probably worth it. Well, now you look at it and go, ooh, that's really expensive because I can get, Igloo or InstaSuite for, a tiny fraction of the price. Now, there are some advantages to LeadPages. They test things a lot. So when you decide to build a squeeze page, you pull up a template, you know what it converts at. They've done all the testing for a long period of time. They've got a marketplace with lots of templates in it. But, again, very expensive product. So for most people, they may look at it nowadays and just think a little bit too expensive for my tastes, because you're going to be paying about $700 a year, I believe, right now for that. So I actually did not renew my LeadPages this year, so I'm actually not using that any longer. So. Michael brings up a good point here that I probably should mention. What about mobile opt-in features? Now, this is something that is really important, because we're going to talk about another product in a minute that we ran into an issue with, and it's a good product, but we did run into an issue, and I'm going to bring that up in a second. But one thing that I noticed with InstaSuite, the mobile optimization was really, really good. In the pages that I've created so far, I pull them up on mobile, and they're very, very nice. With Igloo, same type of thing. I didn't have any problems with mobile there, but I did notice that with InstaBuilder, I really liked some of the mobile sites that it created there. So that's one thing to mention. Now, another product that I actually have been using for a little while now, and in fact, I only recently started switching back to InstaSuite, which is a brand new program. I had been using one called Convertry. Now, Convertry is a web page builder just like any of the others that we talked about, but it has some very unique features in it, but it's also missing a lot of unique features. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of this particular page creation tool. Now, the pros of this particular tool is that it is extremely fast. When we build a page on Convertry, we run it through the Google speed tester, we're getting 98s and 99s out of 100. That is huge. SEO, that is huge. Usability by the customer, that is huge. The average website that I've put in there when I've taken just somebody's regular website, we're talking speeds of like 30, 20, 40, and this is getting 99. So it's a very, very fast tool. Now, when we've built pages in InstaSuite and I've put it through, we were getting about 70s. And that also is very, very high. Most people are a lot lower. So it is a very fast tool, your pages are very fast once you put them up there. So the other thing that I like Steve's comment there, for those of you who are on this live, you can check that out. But one of the other tools that is in there is the ability to really tweak your page. And what I mean by that is I've never seen another web design tool that allows you to literally move anything around the screen to the exact spot that you want. With programs like Igloo, InstaSuite, you can move things around. You can take your logo and you can put it at the top. You can move it to the left. You can move it to the right. You can move it down. But it sits inside of, it sits inside of blocks. So in other words, you'll have an area at the top that you can put your logo in, but you can't move pixel by pixel exactly where you want your logo. With Convertry, you could literally put your video on the page and put your logo halfway covering the video and halfway off if you wanted to. You could put text on top of your video. You could put your logo on top of another graphic. I mean, it's amazing the intricacy that you can build with, and I've never seen any other tool that does this. So it's a very, very slick as far as that goes. And honestly, it's the one feature that really gets me excited about it, that, aside from the speed, it's the one feature that really, using any other tool, I actually do miss, because I can really compact my sites down, make sure that everything is spaced exactly as I want it, not based off of, traditional HTML boxes and things like that. So that's one thing you may want to think about. Now, the other side of that is there's not a lot of features in this particular software. They have things like countdown timers, but it's very limited. You don't have a lot of options. It doesn't have the ability to build buttons for you. And the buttons that you put in there, if you hover over them, they don't change color. So there's a lot of limitations as far as that goes. It's very, very basic and simple stuff, but it is a very slick tool for building a fast site. You just have to work around some of the limitations that are in there. Now I can see here that we've got a couple people mentioning some things. And okay, Michael will hit that in a second there, just because I don't have time to read that as I'm talking. So I'll go back, I'll take a look at that in a second. But those tools are the ones that, for me, are really building the future. We've seen a lot of changes. We've seen a lot of new tools in these, and they really allow you to do things that you couldn't do before, at least not easily. Now, there are other tools out there that call themselves drag and drop, but when I talk about these particular tools, they're for somebody like me that's not a web designer. So literally, you see the actual page, how it's going to look in the end, and you move things around right in front of you, and then you hit publish. So it's not a skeleton system where you're just seeing blocks and you're saying, I want a video here, and it shows an icon of a video. You're literally putting your video there. You're literally putting your button on the screen and seeing exactly what it looks like. So it's very, very easy to design with these types of things. And I want to mention one other tool that is not necessarily for building individual pages. It's certainly well capable of doing that, and it does a very good job of that, but it is much more of an entire site design tool, and that tool is called Divi 3.0. It's a theme for WordPress, and again, you're building on WordPress, so if you're going to use these types of things, I highly recommend you take the time and the effort to get a decent server, a private server, or even a virtual private server, so that you've got the speed. You're not worrying about what other people are doing. You still, of course, have to worry about getting hacked. So you definitely want to keep up on all of your updates. Make sure you've got protection tools that are in there. But if you can work with WordPress, Divi 3.0, very, very good tool for doing that. It allows you to build entire sites, drag and drop, just like we talked about with the others. I haven't used it too much, but my web guy, John, who actually does a lot of my full page creations when I'm not building just individual pages, building sites, he uses Divi 3.0, swears by it, absolutely loves it. So it's one that you'll want to check out. And that one's by Elegant Themes, a company that I've used for many years for a lot of the themes that I've done. And this one is just above and beyond. It's not just a theme. It's really they call it a theme, but it's really a website creation tool, drag and drop. Very, very nice, and allows you to build some really cool pages with that. So just want to bring that up there as a extra incentive. And with that, that's pretty much our little update on web creation tools for those of you that are doing video and sales.
Neato. Yeah, this is very good. So we got Divi 3.0, Convertry,
yes.
Yeah, LeadPages, which is expensive, Igloo, and of course my all-time favorite, InstaSuite. Of course, I'm an Insta Builder guy, but I got to check out InstaSuite.
Yeah,
Very cool.
it's a very neat little program, and I'll make sure that you get to see it. So
okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Did you promote that?
I did, but I didn't promote it for very long. I just kind of let people know about it, and obviously my group is not as big into web creation tools as they are video directly. So we don't get a ton of people that are super interested in that, even though I'm forcing it on them today on the radio show. So
yeah, well, and typically they buy it when they need it, whereas the video stuff, cool add-ons that you don't have already, and you are Ray the video guy.
I am. And before we take off today, we will have our Mindset Matters minute in just a few moments here, but I wanted to mention something, and Steve, you can even cut this out later if you want out of the, because it may not make sense down the road on the podcast, so if you want to cut this out, you're certainly welcome to do so. But I wanted to mention something because we are hitting the holiday season, and it is November right now, and we just started our drive for Toys for Tots, and I wanted to do a quick update about that because, believe it or not, we've actually in less than 2 weeks, we've actually blown away our numbers for last year. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody. And the way this works is that every time you buy a product from me in the month of November and December, 10% of the sales are going to a Toys for Tots fund. And then whatever the last day is, or close to the last day that we can buy products for the Toys for Tots run, we actually go out to the store. We'll actually record a video of us running around the store buying all these different toys for Toys for Tots. And we have a lot of fun doing it. We did it last year, and it was really cool. And this year we're doing it again. And so with that, I wanted to just show this here. This is our Toys for Tots tree. And you can't quite see the whole thing because it's not 16 by 9. But you can see here we're coloring our tree. The black and white portion at the top is our part of our goal. And the colored part is where we're trying, where we started from. So as you can see here, we're already almost close to $2,000 in less than 2 weeks from those donations from everybody that's purchasing products. And our goal is to hit $3,000. Last year, we only did December, so we only had like 2 or 3 weeks to do it, and we reached about $750. And this year, we're already more than double that. So I just wanted to share that with you as an update. And again, you don't really have to do anything to help out other than when you buy a product, we do donate 10% to this fund. And then somewhere in the middle of December, we will actually run out to Toys R Us or wherever. This year, we'll probably do Facebook Live for it. And we'll run around and buy lots of Star Wars and, Muppet toys and things like that, and games and whatnots, and have a little bit of fun doing that. And last year, it was really neat because what we discovered on the day that we went out to purchase the toys for the program, we found out that the night before, the Toys for Tots storage area where they keep all the toys, somebody had broken in and stolen everything.
Oh, I remember that.
So they literally had nothing. Everything was gone. Now, of course, our $750 toy run certainly didn't cover all of that. But it was really good to be able to at least get some of that stuff back in there so that kids could have a good holiday and, get some things under the tree and whatnot. So it was a lot of fun, and we're going to do that again this year. Just a couple more weeks. It's hard to believe that we're already at Thanksgiving next week. So with that, I just wanted to bring that up and thank everybody who has participated in that, whether you knew you were participating or not. So we appreciate you.
Oh, I think we leave that in the podcast. Just realize as we're talking, we're coming up on Thanksgiving 2016. Yes. I think we leave it in there for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a great way to give back for a successful affiliate marketer. So that's a story. The other story is the use of Facebook Live, going through the stores, and when you go to pick up all the toys to donate, using Facebook Live to show it. So it's a neat story.
Kick us out and tell us to turn the camera off.
Kicks out.
Turn that thing off. You can't have that on in here.
Be sure to bring along a train horn so you can scare people as you're doing that, and then you can record it. So,
well, it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll. Last year I ended up kind of doing it last day. I had to run out there, so I was by myself and whatnot. Maybe this time we'll bring, some people with us to help us out and really have some fun doing it. So.
There you go. Yeah, that's cool. So, Mindset Matters, you got that?
Yes, the Mindset
bumper?
Matters. Yeah, let me hit the little bumper here for everybody.
And now, Mindset Matters.
So, for today's Mindset Matters, I want to talk about a book that, I don't want to overstate this, but I keep saying has changed my life, and I really do think it has changed my life in a lot of ways. and changed my business. In fact, right now we're actually giving away copies of this particular book for people that buy certain products and whatnot. And that book is the excuse. See, now I'm going to mess it up. The Miracle Morning by our good friend Hal Elrod. And we're going to try and get him on the show. We're really pushing hard to do this. Of course, his books, he's got a whole series of them now, Miracle Morning books. And that's our Mindset Matters Minute, because we want to really tell you about that particular book. It teaches you how to start your day in a way that makes you more productive, more thankful. It gives you more energy each day, and it really can make a difference to not only your life, but your business, helps you to be more productive throughout the day, and just really gives you a lot of perspectives. And it's a great little book. They have a variety of different versions. They've got the original one. They've got one for salespeople. They've got one for real estate. They've got one for people that do MLM. They've got one for entrepreneurs now that just came out. And then they've got one for families. And so there's quite a few of them out there. But check them out. We actually are giving away the Kindle version right now for a few people. And I think people are really going to like that. So you can get it in Kindle, you can get it in book form, you can get it in audiobook form. All you have to do is go to Amazon, search Miracle Morning, search it on. If you're using Audible, if you're using audio.com, audiobooks.com, it should be on all those places. So check it out there. I highly recommend it. It's going to teach you how to really plan your day out. You're going to start becoming a morning person after this. And I know for many of you, that's a scary thought. I've always been kind of a morning person. But now I get up every day about 5 a.m., which is, much more of a morning person. In fact, this morning, the thing is, though, let me tell you one thing about this that I really love is when you start to do this, when you start to understand this, when you start to actually implement this, you're not tired in the morning. You're excited to jump up out of bed every morning and get going. This morning I was up at 4:30. It was just up. I don't use an alarm clock, by the way, and I know. A lot of people talk about the alarm clock and hitting the snooze and all that. I don't use an alarm clock. I wake up and I get going, and in that regard, I'm a morning person. I have no problem waking up and getting up. But yeah, once you start to do this, you're going to want to get up early in the morning. You're going to go through all the things, the different steps that he teaches for your morning routine, and it's really going to make a difference. It's really going to help you to grow your business. It's going to help you to be more productive. It's going to help you to be happier. And I can't recommend it enough. I've recommended it to a lot of people already who have implemented it in their lives as well. And people seem to love it. So I just want to share that with everybody as part of our Mindset Matters Minute. So there you go.
And I'm highly medicated.
Yes. So am I, actually.
It's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy. I'm Steve Sleeper, and I am a comedic genius to me.
Yes.
I'm the only one that knows it. Today's show made possible by
freevideoeditor.co. If you're looking to do video marketing and you want to start editing your own videos, well, we've got a free video editor that you can use so that you are not stuck paying a fortune for high-priced video editing tools. Just head on over to freevideoeditor.co, download the program today along with all of our goodies, and you'll be a video master. Well, pretty quickly. You just have to learn a little bit from our trainings. So there you go.
No, but it's good. I mean, it's
easy.
I went, yeah.
And powerful.
I used it.
Very powerful.
And powerful. Yeah, very powerful. Very powerful. Well, hey, let's wrap it up with the jingle.
All right, guys. And by the way, Steve, next week is Thanksgiving, so we won't have an episode unless you
that's right.
really want to do one on that day. But so with that, I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving if you're in America. And if you're in Canada, we'll do that again in a couple of weeks. Or actually, no, theirs already happened, didn't it? Theirs was in October, I believe.
Was it? Okay. Yeah.
So if you're in America, if you're in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.